He scored 99 goals for his club and never got the 100th.
His name was Şevket Yorulmaz, a striker for Beşiktaş in the 1950s.
Across 173 matches, he found the net again, and again, and again.
By the time he hung up his boots in 1954, his tally had reached 99.
99. So close to 100 you can almost taste it.
One more goal, and he'd have hit a perfect century. Instead, he's football's most famous near miss.
He drew a rhinoceros he had never seen, and Europe believed it for 3 centuries.
In 1515, the first live rhino Europe had seen since Roman times arrived in Lisbon.
The King of Portugal decided to re-gift the beast to the Pope in Rome.
But the ship wrecked in a storm, and the chained rhino sank beneath the waves.
An artist far away in Germany never saw the animal. He worked from a single written letter.
His imagined, armor-plated rhino became the official picture of a rhinoceros for 300 years.
For over 100 years, no Wyoming governor's veto was ever overturned.
Wyoming became a state in 1890, and for a full century the governor's no was final.
Then in 1991, the legislature finally pushed back over an oil drilling tax break.
Governor Mike Sullivan vetoed the bill, but lawmakers overrode him for the very first time.
It took 2 Democratic senators and 1 representative crossing over to make history.
101 years of statehood, and that single vote finally broke the streak.
The first Korean known to reach Europe got there as a merchant's souvenir.
His name was Antonio Correa, and he never chose to make the journey.
He was captured during a brutal 1590s war and sold in the markets of Japan.
An Italian trader named Carletti bought him and carried him across the world.
They sailed for years, all the way from Nagasaki to the canals of the Netherlands.
He finally settled in Rome, one lost young man who quietly made history.
This hymn had its words for 36 years before anyone wrote its melody.
In 1810, a priest in Münster named Christoph Bernhard Verspöll penned the German text, Öffnet eure Tore, open your gates.
He wrote it for the Feast of the Ascension, based on Psalm 24's dialogue. Fling the ancient gates wide for the King of Glory.
But the words sat there with no music for over 3 decades.
Then in 1846, Stefan Luck finally set it to a soaring melody that climbs upward and bursts into a jubilant repeated hallelujah.
2 centuries later, that same tune still rings out in German hymnals every Ascension Day.
He inherited 30 enslaved people and freed every single one.
His name was James Townsend, a wealthy planter near Henderson, Kentucky.
Around 1830, deeply religious, he became convinced slavery was pure evil. So he gave them a choice: houses waiting in free Indiana, or cash to stay.
8 walked north with him and took the Townsend name as their own.
He then won a seat in Indiana's legislature, a former slaveholder turned free state statesman.
The king's warships got so huge, nobody could fix them anymore.
For centuries, England repaired ships by dragging them onto a mudbank and piling dirt around them.
But Henry VII's new warships were too heavy and drew too much water for that trick to work.
So in 1495, a shipwright named Robert Brigandine was sent to Portsmouth to build something brand new.
A giant pit of wood and stone that could be drained dry, England's very first dry dock.
That muddy Tudor experiment became the blueprint for shipyards that would build the Royal Navy.